listening comprehension. What a pain. I get so many messages from people saying, Liz, I can understand when I'm in my lessons, but when I get out into the real world and hear people speak, I get lost. You are not alone. It's really important to build up your listening skills with real life speech. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through 3 strategies that I've used when I was learning languages and that I now teach to my students. It's challenging, but I promise you it will pay off. It doesn't matter how many verbs you can conjugate or how long your vocabulary list is. If you can't understand native speakers when they speak, you're not going to be able to hold the conversations with the people that you need and want to speak to. So if listening is a struggle and you are excited for this video today, then give me a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed so you get notified when my videos go live every single Tuesday. So I'm going to group these strategies into advanced, intermediate and beginner in that order so that there's something for everybody. But there's one principle that is going to guide us throughout this whole thing, and that is the concept of extensive listening. In my last video on learning with music, which you can check out if you haven't yet, the link will be in the description, I mentioned this and explained that extensive listening is the idea of trying to get the gist of something generally rather than trying to understand every single part of what's being said. And we do this by focusing on keywords. Keywords are your best friend when you're training your listening, okay? These are the words that you know and that will jump out at you and that will help you piece together what's going on. What you do not want to do, and what is the number one mistake, and I know that it's easier said than done, but do not panic. If you panic, your brain will just shut down, stop listening, and you're going to miss the words that you actually do know. It just won't hear them, and that's what's happening when you are trying to understand everyday Portuguese. Chances are you do already understand quite a lot of what is being said, but because you're trying to understand everything, i.e. you're not in extensive listening mode, you're getting in your own way. So with that said, let's take a look at the first strategy for slightly more advanced learners, and that is learning with online news. I'm going to talk you through exactly how to make your own study session out of listening to a news report, and it's really easy and effective. So the website we're going to use for this is Euronews. So you just need to go to pt.euronews.com to access all of their content in European Portuguese. Now the reason that I like this website is because they have lots and lots of different articles. So if you just click on one here, you can see that they have a sort of 1 to 2 minute news report here, which is what you're going to be listening to. And then down at the bottom, they also have an article, which is usually the exact transcript of what is in the video. So that's not always 100% the case, so sometimes you might need to double check that, but I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to do this now. So I'm going to use, which one am I going to use? I'm going to use this one here, about polar bears, alright? So I'm going to click on that. So once I've checked that the transcript matches, okay, I'm not going to look at the transcript again. I'm going to make sure that I hide that, and I'm just going to play the article. So the first thing I'm going to do is just listen and write down as many keywords as I can in order. Maybe the first time you do this you won't get that many words, and that's okay, because we're going to repeat this exercise 3 more times so we can note down more keywords each time. Once you've gone as far as you can possibly go with your keywords and had a read through to see if you can work out what's going on, you can then check you are right with Google Translate. Okay, so you can now get the Google Translate extension here for Chrome. That's what I use, and you can just click translate this page and it will then throw it up for you in English, and you can see how close you got to the meaning. This is going to get easier the more that you do it, but by using things like TV, music and news to practice your listening, you're not only getting access to the language but also to the culture, and I think that that is really, really important when you're learning a language, and way more fun than a grammar book, am I right? The second way to practice your listening, for slightly more intermediate learners, but to be honest, I don't think it's ever too early to start doing this, is to find a language exchange partner. That's somebody who's a native speaker in the language that you're learning, who wants to learn your native language. So you can meet up for free and exchange languages, speak for maybe 15 minutes in each one, or 20 or 30, depending on how confident you feel. I can't begin to express to you how important it is that you have a weekly conversation with a native speaker in the language you're you're trying to learn. It doesn't matter how stilted the conversation is, whether you have to have Google Translate up on your screen at the same time, no matter how many times you have to ask them to repeat themselves. This is the single most potent fuel you can have on your language learning journey. Come up with a list of questions beforehand so you have a little safety net, and also focus on this keywords strategy to be able to keep up with what's being said. I'll be doing a video in the future with how to find a language learning partner, what are my tips for making that work. So if you want to see that video on the channel soon, then comment yes in the comments. And if you happen to be a Portuguese person or a Brazilian person watching this and you want to find somebody to practice with, then drop a comment in there as well, telling us which language you want to learn so that my viewers can come and find you. If both of these strategies feel too difficult or advanced for you at the moment, I'm going to show you another tool that's going to really help your listening comprehension, where you can slow the audio down, and that's called naturalreaders.com. So this is naturalreaders.com. As you can see, I've changed the language to Portuguese from Portugal here. And then here is where we control the speed. So 0 would be the speed that you would expect a native speaker to speak at. So let's slow it down to -2, okay? Anything that is more than -2, it will come out very robotic and strange, but that should be slow enough, okay? So I've just copied in there some text from another article I was reading. So let's take a listen to see how it sounds.
Depois da programação ter arrancado em julho, o Parque Mayer, em Lisboa, continua a receber sessões de cinema ao ar livre em agosto.
So as you can see, it is quite robotic and automated, but it really is the best thing out there at the moment for slowing down any piece of text and having it automatically read out to you. So give it a go and see what you think. So which of these strategies are you going to practice first? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear how you're getting on with these lessons. If you have more ideas about what I should cover in the future, how I can help you improve your European Portuguese, then please let me know. I love to hear from you. I'll be back next week with more tips and tutorials of how to improve your European Portuguese. Ciao for now.